She cleverly shifted the topic, dedicating a heartwarming song to Tom, eyes lingering on his solitary figure. With a playful smile, Renee's slightly awkward yet deeply affectionate gaze made the date even more magical. Tom's heart was pounding like a little deer, excitement surging within him. Yet past experiences haunted him, making him anxious about a potential rejection. She whispered, as if to kiss Renee, then turned like seeing a ghost, tension thick. Renee took the initiative and gently kissed Tom, as if a sweet firework exploded between them. This kiss marked the official launch of their love. Like two stars drawing towards each other, Tom looked so charming in Renee's eyes. In their gaze, unspoken words hard to part. So, they shared a movie-like romantic night. The next morning, sunlight filled the room. As Tom was about to escape, he inadvertently overheard his sister chatting with Renee, sparking his curiosity. He stopped. At first, she wasn't eavesdropping, but hearing her own name repeatedly mentioned shattered her tranquility, and she found herself inadvertently. In that moment, Tom felt wrapped in happiness, as if under a spell, until the sound of a little boy's joyful shout brought him back to reality. But that shout made the sisters sense something strange, and suddenly the atmosphere grew awkward like a pungent perfume. The sister felt a bit awkward and hurried off, but what touched Renee was that Tom didn't back away due to the awkwardness. He even naturally gave her a good morning kiss in front of family, his little face beaming with a radiant smile. Her expression seemed to have labeled Tom as her dad, and finally, it was time to check Rod's training results. The signing day had arrived. Everyone was anticipating a break after their efforts, but reality dashed their hopes like cold water. The club offered a 4-year $1.05 contract, far from their $5 expectation, with dreams shattered. Tom couldn't help but feel a wave of disappointment. The money split among them wouldn't even cover Rod's luxurious lunch. Filled with regret, Tom could only try to calm his emotions and negotiate for a raise with the others. However, Rod's wife was in an emotional uproar, arguing endlessly, but Renee couldn't hold it in any longer and spelled that Tom was on the brink of bankruptcy, and Rod's signing was his sole hope. This deal was the only thing that could turn things around. This desperate reality left Rod's wife speechless in an instant, as if everything had been laid bare. Renee wanted to show them the proposal Tom had written, but Tom quickly stopped her. He didn't want to add any pressure on the client, just hoping for a normal. Eventually, they agreed to scrap the contract, train another year, and resign. This was the outcome. Tom and Renee shared a knowing smile, but parting came abruptly. To ease Tom's burden, she decided to work in San Diego. In the face of Renee's unwavering determination, Tom felt a hint of panic for the very first time, torn between his deep reluctance to let her go and his utter confusion about how to retain her. On the day before Renee moved, Tom finally found her, but still couldn't muster the words, "I love you." Renee endlessly reassured Tom. Despite the uncertainties ahead, she wholeheartedly believed he would succeed. At that moment, Renee deeply understood that Tom was the one destined for her. Gathering her courage, she made a romantic confession, while Tom, with loving eyes, gently took off Renee's sunglasses. Her eyes brimmed with tears of reluctance and emotion. In that moment, Tom realized that the reason she wore those sunglasses was because she couldn't hide her feelings of love. The witness of friends and family, they held a simple yet warm and romantic wedding. It was just perfect. Only then did Renee's sister let go of her guard against Tom, happily accepting them as a family. After the wedding, Renee watched the footage, surprisingly noticing Tom looked guilty, as if deceived. That scene pierced her heart. Her intuition urged her to have a chat with her husband before bed. However, on what should have been a sweet and cozy wedding night, the room was instead filled with an indescribable awkwardness and distance. Before marriage, they could talk endlessly, but after, they'd turned silent, as if their conversations had been reduced to eat. The once vibrant scent of love seemed to fade away, and this stark contrast made Renee question her husband's original intentions. On the first day of marriage, a bold thought began to brew in her mind. From then on, she cared only about their child, while Tom worked day and night. Day by day, Tom's time with his new wife dwindled, leaving Renee feeling as lonely as a cactus in the desert. As time passed, that deep affection was slowly washed away, as if doused with cold water. Every moment felt like torture, emotions a mix of disappointment and helplessness. Whenever a night fell silent, Renee's pain surged like a tidal wave. The only way she could cope was to call her sister and vent those unspeakable sorrows. Her sister looked at Renee with helplessness, unsure how to comfort her as this was all Renee's own decision, one that she could not interfere with. Finally, on a serene night when her husband was unexpectedly at home, Renee made this significant decision, summoning her courage to firmly pull out the divorce agreement that she had meticulously prepared for a long time. As a child, I thought love was enough. Look at us. Perhaps my plan was just a lie, she said calmly but firmly. Upon hearing Renee say this, Tom's eyes instantly welled up, shock crashing over him like a wave. Only then did he realize how he had become so indifferent towards his family without knowing it, feeling deeply regretful. He desperately apologized, pleading for his wife to change her mind, but Renee had already decided.